you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all, and please be respectful. Neither of my parents really taught me right from wrong. They both struggled with addiction issues, and my grandma raised me for the early beginning of my life. She celebrates Christmas, and that's pretty much all I really knew about religion until I turned 14. My sister took me to a church, and it was a terrible experience. Every question I had wasn't really answered, and if I had a question that you were really kind of supposed to know the answer to, people just stared at me, and I'm running out of time, so for part 2. My convert story, part 2. So after my experience with the Christian church, I pretty much lost all faith and all curiosity in God and religion. I kind of assumed that they were all the same, and strayed off and did whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I was living a life of sin, and I had no idea why terrible things kept happening to me over and over. I didn't connect the two, and I would even just little things like running into stuff, dropping stuff all the time. I also battled with depression and suicidal thoughts most of my life. And this next part is going to be really hard for me to share. So, please be supportive and for part 3. My convert story, part 3. So a year ago, actually yesterday, I went through something very hard, and it was too much for me to handle, so I just decided to try and take my life. I took enough pills to kill a horse, and no one could tell me why I had survived it. While I was in the hospital, I found an English Quran, and picking that book up was the best decision of my life. Despite everything I had heard about Islam and the way my family talked about it, I still wanted to know more. After that, I became more modest. I became more humble. I became a better mother. Bad things stopped happening, and I'm running out of time again. My convert story, part 4. So after I got out of the hospital, I focused a lot of my time learning about Islam. I just wanted to know more. And to this date, there is nothing that I found that I disagree with or don't like. Another thing that I felt was that I was not alone. I could feel God with me, and this gave me conscience. I knew what I did and said and put out into this world mattered, and that it would come back to me. Alhamdulillah, April 23rd, 2020, I performed my Shahada and became a proud Muslim, and it felt like 1,000 pounds had been lifted off of my shoulders. I did lose family, I did lose friends, I have even lost clients, and would I change my decision for that? Never. I am so proud of my decision, and if they can't accept me for who I am, then that's their problem, not